I guess the job of any teacher is to bring out the best in their students. Wouldn't you agree? Doesn't that just seem to be common sense? A good teacher brings out the best in their students. So if I were to claim to be a teacher of some sort, it would be my goal, my desire, my intention in whatever way possible to bring out the best in somebody that were to call me a teacher. And I feel the same way as a teacher myself. I'm always putting myself in position to be taught. I like finding good teachers. Currently, I think you know I'm on a mania of music, and I'm currently employing 7 different music teachers because that's just how I roll. But I've sifted and sorted through a lot of them, and I've found just some that are better. They're all great people. It's just some teach better for me. But with this in mind, I want you to use your imagination for a moment because I like people to use their imagination. I think it's such a wonderful tool. But imagine if for a moment you had started a small little business or enterprise, and then suddenly a billionaire saw your enterprise and phoned you up and said, I really like what you're doing. I'd like to back you in whatever way you need. You'd you'd probably say yes. And as soon as you hung up the phone and burst into tears or shrieked and screamed with happiness, you'd be so happy and confident because you'd realize with a billionaire behind you that you'd be unstoppable. There'd be no obstacle or impediment that could not be removed. There could be no struggle or difficulty that you've encountered so far that couldn't be almost instantaneously resolved. There's no collaboration or connection that could not be made. There's no resource or teacher that could not be found. There's no, there's nothing that would not be unavailable to you. And so with a billionaire behind you, you know that your success would be assured, and it would be such a feeling of confidence. And now, here's what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting there's something even infinitely better than a billionaire that you could call into your life, and we might imagine our each and every one of our lives as a project, an endeavor, an adventure. I think enterprise is a good word, and yet, do we have a billionaire that's going to come to our aid and help us out in our human projects, whatever those are, those human enterprises? And I'm here to tell you that there is, and it's called, hang on, it's called God. But I don't care if you call it God or not. You can call it God, love, source, universe, infinite higher organizing wisdom. You can call it God, love, Buddha, Jesus. It doesn't care what you call it. It does care that you call upon it. It doesn't care what you call it. It matters that you call upon it. We can invite the power of the universe into us at any given moment to help us with our business. Now, I'm using the business analogy, but your business could be whatever the enterprise of your life is, whatever you feel your highest mission or purpose. And with this higher power now working, taking God as our business partner would clear away any obstacles, make every connection, solve any problem, give us every connection and collaboration. But somebody might say, well, that's just too good to be true. I've never experienced such a thing. You're talking in absurdities, Greg, but maybe this is just our own limited thinking. But there is one caveat to inviting God in as your business, as your enterprise partner, and that is you gotta you gotta make that partner the senior partner. God can't be vice president. God is a jealous God, meaning God doesn't play second fiddle in the orchestra. This means if we really want to be inspired and be inspiring and live to our full potential, we have to be willing to give up a lot of debris, detritus, old thinking, bad ideas, bad habits, and let that be cleaned out of us. But if we're willing to do that, if we really do ask the billionaire of the universe to help us out with our highest inspiration, and we put confidence and we put the full meaning of our life into that, and we really mean it when we say it, we're not just giving it lip service. I do want to remind you what the guy who wrote the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, about 2,300 years ago. I'm a yoga teacher, been teaching the Yoga Sutras. But here's a comment that he made. This, of course, is translated from Sanskrit. This is what happens if you invite God, love, source, infinite higher organizing wisdom into your life and into your enterprise of being. And again, I don't care that you call it God. I just care that you call upon it with full sincerity. Here's what happens, says Patanjali. When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a great, new, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. That's Patanjali, the yoga saint who wrote the sutras, writing 2,300 years ago. Is it still true? Of course it is. Yet we have to invite this cosmic billionaire in, and we can all do more of that. We can all become more open. And if we really do seek inspiration and to live to the fullness, then we must have power flowing in and through us. So consider for yourself if you'd like to take God Love Source as your enterprise partner, and keep me posted. Have a beautiful day.